Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Freedom Physical Therapy in Grafton. I just wanted to talk a little bit to you today about ACL injury prevention and some of the exercises and things that you can kind of do to hopefully prevent an ACL injury. So the first thing to focus on with prevention for this type of injury is strengthening. So of course whole body strengthening is always going to be important, but for ACL injury specifically, some ideas of things to focus on would be hamstring strengthening, whether that is deadlifts, RDLs, you could do hamstring curls on a Swiss ball, lots of other things that you can kind of focus on, but just to give you an idea, those are a couple things that we will often do in therapy to kind of help facilitate strengthening throughout your posterior chain, or kind of from the glutes down through the hamstrings. Another thing are glutes. So along with some of the hamstring exercises, your glutes will often be activated, but focusing on a lot of bridge work, squatting, those types of things will work to strengthen you around your hips and glutes. Additionally, of course, you'll want to work on strengthening the front of your legs, your quadriceps muscles. Again, squats are a good version of exercise to do for that, but there's different ways to kind of make it a little more challenging, whether that is adding a band around the knees to add a little more resistance, whether that's adding a little weight to your squats, or whether that's working a little bit on the balance stability aspect of it and performing squats on maybe a BOSU. Other good options to work on multi-directional movements could be forward side lunges, those types of things. Secondly, that kind of leads me into the stability and balance portion of a training program that is really beneficial for prevention of an ACL injury. So there's a lot of different exercises that you can do to help work on your balance. It'll depend, the level of difficulty for a balance exercise that you do will depend on a lot of different factors, whether that's mostly just kind of what level you're starting at. So something as simple as, well, it might not be simple for everyone, but just standing on one foot at a counter can be challenging for people, and if so, that's a perfect place to start, and you can always progress and go further from there. Standing on altered surfaces, whether that's foam, or some people have BOSU balls or half foam rollers, anything you can kind of do to challenge and shake your balance up a little bit is great. Again, with the lunges forward and side, you can do that onto a BOSU ball to add a little bit of difficulty with the altered surface. Just standing balance on a BOSU ball, or all sorts of different things. There's obviously a lot more challenging things that we do in therapy as well that are more sport specific, but just to give you an idea, it really is important for ACL prevention to not only just work on your strength, but to work on your balance and agility as well. And finally, the last component that I think is really important is mobility. Making sure that from your shoulders, your back, your lower back, your hips, your knees, your ankles, everything has to be moving properly to help prevent injury. We want stability in joints, but we also want proper mobility in joints. So your physical therapist definitely will and should do a full body assessment when you come in to see them, and they should be able to pinpoint the areas that may be putting you at a little bit higher risk of injury based on whether it's too much mobility, limited mobility, not enough strength, not enough stability, that type of a thing, and they should be able to specialize a program for you that will help to prevent any sort of injury in the future. Again, any questions or concerns, make sure to ask your physical therapist, or if you are in a sport or you have a sporting season coming up, whatever sport that may be, and you want to know if there's anything you're doing or that might put you at risk for an injury, prevention's always key. So, definitely call, get into a physical therapist, have them do an assessment, see if there's anything that they can give you to work on in addition to what you're doing with the training you're probably already doing for your sport, that can just help keep you safe and healthy. All right, well, thanks for listening to me and have a good day.